All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about getting yourself moved over to ThriveCart Learn. So if you've invested in ThriveCart, but you're still using Teachable, Podia, Thinkific, Teachery, there's so many, to host your products, then you may want to consider moving to ThriveCart Learn since it is included in your ThriveCart subscription. It's not really a subscription, it's lifetime cost. And it works then with ThriveCart, and you can save yourself the recurring cost of hosting on those other platforms. I will say I do have Learn Plus, which was a one-time cost of I think like $150 after I got ThriveCart Pro. So Learn Plus comes with additional features, which I do highly recommend. It lets you automate a lot of things, set rules, behaviors. I think it, for a one-time cost of $150, when I was spending like $100 on Podia, on Teachable, on things like that, a month, like it's worth it. So, first I want to show you, I have multiple sites. So I love that I can organize by project, by site. So I have Blogger Breakthrough Summit, I've got Less Step More Wine, I've got ElizabethStapleton.com. These are my sites that have products. So I love that I can organize all that in one place. In my other tools I used in the past, they were all just jumbled together. So it makes it easy to keep it organized. You can easily duplicate things. So, you can clone it if you just need to make some tweaks or you're putting together a special package. Learn Plus includes bundles. So I've got, when someone joins my membership, they actually get access to all the membership stuff. So I like the ability to create bundles and things, which is something I could do in the other products as well. So that's the first step is the organizational aspect. If you are someone who is maybe releasing a course live, you have the ability to control when stuff gets released, and when they get access to things. So if I scroll down, let's go into the Access Pass. You can see I had it published, I wanted to get it all ready, and then I scheduled when it would publish. But you can also do dripped. So I can set when I want the stuff to become available. So if you're doing a pre-sale and you're getting it all ready and you want it all to publish and be available on a certain date, you can, like I've done here. You can also drip it out. Actually, let me go back to a different something that's not going to be as messed up. Let's go here. Okay. So if I wanted to drip it out, I could do it by time period. I could do, a new module on the first of the month. I could do a specific calendar date, after a certain trial, if you only want them to have access to certain things during their trial. I do host my membership content on here, so that's a great way to go about it. I don't restrict anything on the, on the discount first month that I do make available occasionally. But you can, drip it out. You can do, let's see here. Change the access timing. So if you want to drip it to a specific date, you can. You can set up advanced sequences. So maybe if they have completed a module or something, or a lesson, okay, let's do that one. Then you can give them access to, unlock more content or give them an award, whatever that may be. Right, apply a tag. And these tags are within Learn. They're not like ConvertKit tags or something. But I have some lessons that are only available to people with certain tags. So that's one way to do it. Or you can remove a tag or remove a course, whatever the case may be. So I really like the ability to set up sequences to kind of provide bonuses and access and just, it's a great way to delight customers. Now that you have kind of an idea of ThriveCart Learn, how it works and why I like it, I love it, how to move over. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. Now, the downside of this site or of using Learn is that you can't just like copy and paste everything over. Like it does not carry things over. Like a paragraph or something, or multiple paragraphs, it'll just be one paragraph when you paste it. So in that sense, it can be really annoying to go in and like make it look nice. So what I found to be the easiest way to do things is, go ahead and just so what I found to be the easiest way to move stuff over quickly is, first of all, if you're using something that allows you to pull the HTML of the lesson so that you've got all the coding and stuff, so it shows like what's a heading, what's bold and stuff, do that. Grab that HTML, because you can go in here and you can add an HTML block. And so then everything will maintain the right formatting and stuff without it being an issue. Now, if you don't, but you have the ability to copy and paste, what I like to do is text to HTML, just if you search this converter. So, I think that's the one I like, actually, is the word to HTML. So let me show you. If I go ahead and select and copy this, and I try to go in and paste this, it's not gonna look good. See? And then you're having to go through and you're adding the spaces. Not fun. But if I go ahead and I throw this in here, yeah, then it gives me the HTML version. So then I can copy this to the clipboard and I can edit. I can paste it in the HTML. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save as draft. But I'm going to preview. Once it's done saving, preview. And I want to go down here, right? So here's where I just pasted it. It didn't look good. Here's where I pasted the HTML, right? It got, I think, maybe it didn't keep the italicized, but overall, you know, if you have links, if you have things like that, buttons, like it'll have it in here. And so you can quickly move everything over. And then the only downside of that is it's difficult to edit later on, because then you're digging into the HTML. So, but you can get stuff moved over, stop that recurring bill of Podia, Teachable, Thinkific, whatever, which are all great tools, but the costs add up over time. Get everything moved over here, and then little by little work on updating it so it's, you know, pretty, and using the blocks within ThriveCart, you know, where you're adding the heading, the text, the bullets, buttons, things like that, so that it looks nice and is easy to edit later on. But if you just need to quickly move over to get that bill done, doing it with HTML, using a quick, you know, Word to HTML, like word to HTML.net, works great. It's fast, it's easy. I highly recommend that. That's actually how I moved everything over to get that bill done. Then I've slowly gone back and made it work within, you know, using the ThriveCart blocks rather than just HTML. You can do FAQs, content box, right? The other nice thing is that this sort of thing is the same type of blocks and building blocks you have available to building your pages as well. So it's all pretty familiar when you are creating within ThriveCart, in my opinion. Exit without saving. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have questions on how to move your stuff over to ThriveCart Learn from whatever it is you're using that's a recurring cost, let me know in the comments. You know, it's been a process, but these are things that I've done that have helped speed it up and make it easier. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know. Mind you, when you are wanting to go back and make it look nice using the blocks within ThriveCart, where you're having to then like copy and paste and copy and paste and copy and paste each thing, you can do this in reverse, right? So you can go take the HTML. So if let me see if I can just clear it out. I think I can paste the HTML and it'll give me this. So then you can just copy and paste how you want to do it within ThriveCart Learn blocks. So you can use this reversed. But yeah, if you guys have questions, let me know.